Hi, it is Topic Tuesday, and this week's topic is making a Valentine's Day rack. Now, personally, I am very neutral about Valentine's Day. I could really take it or leave it. I don't hate it, but it's also not like I don't like look forward to it all year or anything. Although I do really look forward to when all the fancy chocolate goes on clearance. So anyway, I have noticed that a lot of people are very polarized about Valentine's Day, and the most recent Cuticula subscription duo actually sort of reflected that, I think. And so I decided to make a lovey dovey pro Valentine's Day and a like kind of broken heart Valentine's Day. And so let's get into it. Let's start with the lovey-dovey Valentines. So the one that inspired this one is called Love Me, Love Me Not. And it's right here. And bright red with bright red flakes. And then it also, I don't know if it's a shift in the flakes, but it also shows up like really bright pink and some of them even kind of a blue. Next we have Essie's Forever Yummy. It's just a very classic red cream. You know, you could do hearts, you could do nail art with it. It could be a background. Pairs well with lots of different toppers. Next we have Zoya Tink. And it is a bright hot pink kind of going into red. Then we have Moonshine Manny. And this one is French. I think it would be pronounced Tresor de Papillon, and I should probably look that up. I'm pretty sure that Papillon is, or Papillon, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that means butterfly, but I will look that up. It has a very, very light pink base, but then it has all these really beautiful, shifty, shimmery flakies in it. Next, I have Mooncat, and this one is a linear hollow that hopefully I can get to show up just with my indoor lighting. Linear hollows tend to get kind of sad in the winter, I think. They have maybe seasonal depression. That's okay. Lots of people do. Then we have Flaminglow, which for some reason is showing up a little more orange than it does in real life. I'm not sure why. It seems to be pulling some yellow from somewhere. And it's by Drunken Fairy Polish. And it has a gorgeous blue aura glow that shows up in real life on my nails, but I was not good at capturing it on my phone camera. Then we have Coloris de Carol, and this one is called Not So Cowardly. And this is just very, very Valentine's Day to me. Very beautiful, lots of different size glitters. And I think it's either a very, very light pink crelly base or it's a white one, but it has a red shimmer running through it that makes it look pink. And then it has these red iridescent glitters and some pink glitters as well. And then we have Cirque Colors Last Unicorn. And then I didn't do quite as good a job organizing this swatch wheel. But next we're kind of getting into the light purples. And this one actually I think is a Valentine's Day one from either 2023 or 2022. It's called Fuel Your Desire. And it's kind of in between that pink and purple. And then I have Witch Cult Lacquer Lavender Sky, which is a linear hollow, and it shows up in person a lot better than it's showing up right now, especially in the sunlight. And it might be a little odd to have a brown on a Valentine's wheel, but it represents chocolate to me, especially this one. It's called Secret Recipe and it's part of the Wonka collection. I was actually thinking maybe chocolate, some sort of chocolate nail art would be a fun Valentine's Day thing. And you always need toppers on your rack. So I borrowed this one from my daughter. It's called Crush, and it has some tiny matte glitters, but it also has these really cute pink and red hearts. You have to fish for the hearts a little bit. It does help to have it upside down, but they're not too difficult. And then one more topper. This one is one of the Mermaid Magic from LA Colors, and it is called Mermaid Kisses. It has these nice, just like a really light watercolor of pink with all these glitters in it. Okay, so now it's time to hear from Team Broken Heart, and I'm starting off with Love Bites, which is hard to tell from the bottle because it's just so packed with flakies and glitter, but it's actually in kind of a grayish blue base. It makes a good topper, or you could just layer it up and build it. And then next up we have 2 p.m. Wine by Law Beauty Essentials. I'm kind of going for, I guess, the more darker or vampier colors, or colors that are similar to your classic Valentine's Day color but somehow different. This one, I'm kind of wishing I had put it into the lovey-dovey one. It's called He's With Me, but I was going for it because it's just really sparkly and it's kind of on the darker side on reds. This one is called Little Red Dress, and it's not really your normal classic Valentine's Day color, but it sort of remind me of like going out clubbing instead of Valentine's Day. The next one is by Polish for Days called Painting My Roses Red. And again, it's not quite the typical Valentine's Day red, and it has just these beautiful gold flakes in it, and then like little black specks as well. And then this is Zoya India, and it's kind of a purple leaning red with some gold in it. It's just very dark. And I guess vampy is a word that I started hearing a lot. And then when I started watching, nail polish content, I hadn't really heard it very often before that. And this one is a Flash Reactive by Bluebird Lacquer. And I think it might also be a multichrome, but it's hard to tell because of how bright the glitter is. And it's called 123123 because that was the date of New Year's Eve last year. It's another go out and party instead of have the typical Valentine's Day. And this one is Cheers to 1 Year by Plus Life Lacquer. And it's these bright red, I think they might even be reflective, in a gray base. So it's not the pairing you would normally have for Valentine's Day. Mooncat Smokescreen, which is, again, it's a magnetic. So it has this bright pink, but it's in a gray, really muted kind of base. So again, it's sort of the Valentine's Day colors, but not. This one doesn't look quite the same with all the other polishes as I thought that it would. It's called Ghost Town, and I really like the polish, but it's definitely more of a fall. I was just thinking because of the red flakies that it would kind of go with it, like maybe like dried rose petals. And then we have a white, but it has this kind of like almost like ghostly blue glow. It's called Head in the Clouds by Mooncat. I'm trying to move it around so that the camera picks up the blue aura. There we go, kind of. In person, it's a lot more blue than it's showing up. And then representing chocolate. I guess representing dark chocolate, and partly because I just wanted an excuse to use this one. I was actually thinking of a different rack when I picked this one, but I thought, you know what, we already have chocolate, so let's have dark chocolate. And then next I have like a bright pink, kind of going a little bit maybe punk. And then I put the Drunken Fairy Shattered Dreams, which is a crackle. I couldn't think of anything too much more anti-Valentine's Day than a matte black. But you know, maybe put some red hearts and then mattify that on it. And we gotta have a topper. So I'm using Orly's Turn It Down. So there we go. There's my two racks. I did end up with a few more on Team Broken Heart, but I think that they really could have gone on either one. So I'm just curious, are you a Team Lovey Dovey, a Team Broken Heart, or are you like me and you don't mind as long as there is chocolate involved? I will talk to you next time.